from Saskatoon, Eastview.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to the people of Saskatoon Eastview for your trust in me. Mr. Speaker, I will work every day to be worthy of that trust. Thank you to our Premier for leading the new Saskatchewan in such an exciting and important time for our province. Mr. Speaker, there are dark clouds in many parts of the world, but we are so blessed to call Saskatchewan home. I would also like to congratulate all the new and returning members to this chamber. I would also like to, Mr. Speaker, congratulate yourself on winning the election to become Speaker. I would also like to, Mr. Speaker, to congratulate the Deputy Speaker from Last Mountain Touchwood in being appointed to the Deputy Speaker position. I too have visited this grand building as a schoolboy and marveled at the sheer size and beauty, and remember that feeling very I remember that feeling well and humbled. I was also lucky enough to sit in this chamber during the Saskatchewan Youth Parliament in high school, and even during those days I could not imagine or even dream of becoming an elected MLA. For the longest time I believed that being an MLA, one needed to be special. Mr. Speaker, the work we do here is special, but my fellow MLAs are some of the most humble, down-to-earth people I've ever met. I'm so lucky to have colleagues and friends that have helped me along this path to this chamber. Mr. Speaker, my first time in this building as an elected MLA was only a few weeks ago. As I walked up to this beautiful building, my palms were sweaty, and I was once again in awe of this amazing, tall building. Then as I left this building only a few hours later that day, I turned back, and this building was still amazing, but the building did not seem as tall, and was not as daunting.
Corey, here comes the podium.
Thank you. So as I was leaving this building, it did not seem as tall and as daunting, and mostly the reason why it wasn't so daunting and as tall is because the people in this building, the staff and my colleagues, have welcomed me in such a warm and caring manner, and I'd like to thank you. Like many in the chamber, I started this journey years ago, and has always been one person there for me, and that was my wife, Danielle. I need to thank Danielle that without her, this would not be possible. We did 90% of our door knocking with each other. Danielle has been very involved in the communities, so she's shared many connections with the people of Saskatoon Eastview. It was also an extended honeymoon, Mr. Speaker, for us, as we just got married in May. So it was a chance to spend Mr. Speaker, it gave us a chance to spend more hours every day growing our relationship even stronger. I had the best campaign team in Saskatchewan, from my campaign manager to our office manager to our door knockers and everyone that helped out. Thank you. It was very humbling to write over 140 thank you cards to all the people that have spent their precious time helping me get elected. As I sat there, Mr. Speaker, and reviewed the cards, I was taken aback by how many good friends I met on this journey. I was so blessed with the people that made this possible. Mr. Speaker, there's no big secret on how to win campaigns. It's hard work. I can't say enough of how hard my volunteers worked. In this province, hard work is what gets rewarded. We worked every day talking about the record of this government and let the voters decide if our plan for the new Saskatchewan warranted a second term. Not only did we have a good campaign team, but we also had the best food on our campaign. We're very lucky our office manager cooked home-cooked meals every night. I had a couple university students that may have came out to help me or may have just came out for the food. Mr. Speaker, I'm so humbled to take my chair in your chamber. Mr. Speaker, I grew up in Eastview, Saskatchewan, son of a plumber, mom was a teacher, and I need to thank my parents for all they have done for me. I believe the way I was raised had a direct impact on who I am today. One of the values I've learned from my parents was living within one's means. Mr. Speaker, I also share the importance of living within our means in government. The budget is balanced and we have reduced the provincial debt by 44%. Mr. Speaker, I am so humbled to take on the great responsibility of representing the good people of Saskatoon Eastview. I am lucky to be elected at the age of 34. I believe I'm old enough to know that there is more to learn, but also the energy to continue to move this province forward. I got involved in politics because of a few events in the early 2000s. I lost a brother and sister to Alberta, along with 80% of my university class. I didn't blame them. The old Saskatchewan just didn't have the opportunities that we have here today. In the old Saskatchewan, the population, along with its tax base, kept moving away. And during the early 2000s, we also had a health scare in the family. Everyone is healthy now, but it got me really concerned about the future of Saskatchewan. And I was concerned for my parents. As they grew older, what if they needed to access our healthcare system? What we had in the old Saskatchewan was a deteriorating health system with the longest wait times in the country. As families moved away, we also lost our ability to provide high-quality health care. So with that realization, I got politically active because I did not like the direction of the old Saskatchewan. Mr. Speaker, today in Saskatchewan, wait times are getting better. There is more work to do, and in our second term in government, we will bring our surgical wait times down to 90 days. Today in Saskatchewan, our economy is leading the nation and is predicted to lead the nation again next year. During the last 4 years, over 24,000 new jobs have been created. Mr. Speaker, the people of this province like the new Saskatchewan, and we're not going back. Mr. Speaker, in many ways, Saskatoon Eastview is spoken about in the throne speech. Seniors in Eastview will be receiving help with affordability, benefiting from the tripling of the seniors' income plan. Along with the introduction of the seniors' personal care home benefit, this benefit will make up the difference in one's monthly income and the cost of their personal care home space, up to a threshold of $1,800 in 2012, and then growing over to $4,000 by 2015. Mr. Speaker, new families in Eastview will also benefit with our new $10,000 tax credit for new homeowners. This credit will help with the cost of home ownership and ensure Saskatchewan stays affordable. New families in Eastview will also receive the Active Families benefit, helping with the cost of children's activities. Mr. Speaker, the students living in Eastview and across this province will also benefit with the Saskatchewan Advantage Scholarship. This program will help provide up to $2,000 credit towards tuition over a 4-year period. Mr. Speaker, I'm very proud of the government's record on helping the lives of people with disabilities. Danielle and I have met 2 people that live in special needs Elmwood residents in Saskatoon. Every month we take Susan and Dolores out for a few hours. This Saturday we are taking them out to dinner and then to a Blades game. These outings ground Danielle and I and teach us the valuable lessons of what life is about. Mr. Speaker, as you outlined in your speech, we want to make Saskatchewan the best province in the country and strive for this. We give the people and businesses a chance to grow. Mr. Speaker, I support the motion to move this speech of the throne and reject the amendment from the opposition. Thank you.